Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Shadrack Sibiya, has been put on special leave. The Junior Springboks are through to the final of the World Rugby Under-20 Championship for the first time in 11 years. And spring has sprung. Prepare for an early burst of Namaqua daisies. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
And so they drop. First, Police Minister Senzo Mchunu's forced leave of absence. Now, Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiyas too. Eyewitness News understands the instruction came directly from National Commissioner Fani Masimola, who tasked Deputy Commissioner Tebela Mosekile to request Sibiya remain at home on leave, while investigations into allegations made by KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla are ongoing. Sibiya's suspension falls on the back of a series of explosive allegations by Mkhwanazi 2 weeks ago.
Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Shadrack Sibiya, has welcomed the decision to be placed on leave pending investigations into damning allegations made by KZN police boss Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Speaking exclusively to EWN, Sibiya says he has no objection on the decision.
As for now, I've been asked to say we are not suspending you, but because there are investigations ongoing, we suggest that you stay at home. And this is what I've accepted as well. And I'm happy to do so.
Mkhwanazi alleged that Sibiya colluded with an information peddler from the Northwest, Brown Mokhotsi, and Police Minister Senzo Mchunu to have the KZN Political Killings Task Team disbanded. In response, Sibiya labelled Mkhwanazi's allegations as baseless lies. Aaron Singh, Eyewitness News.
Now, this is going down well with Mkhwanazi's supporters. Various organisations in KwaZulu-Natal are back on the street to support the province's top cop.
Our clarion call today is this is not just a race thing. This is a South African thing, a problem that each and every South African speaks every day in their mouth. Corruption within government sectors, corruption within policing sectors, corruption within law enforcement sectors. And it's high time we as South Africans come together and put an end to this by voicing our concerns. The provincial commissioner is the man that we want to follow, is a man that's transparent, that's righteous, that wants the truth to be public, and nobody must try and stop him because we are here to stand with him.
The Umkhonto weSizwe Party wants President Cyril Ramaphosa to fire Minister Mchunu, saying there's enough evidence to show he's misled Parliament and the country on several occasions. And the party is heading to the Constitutional Court to challenge the appointment of an interim police minister.
We're dealing with a minister here who has serious allegations with a history of lying. I have openly called him a pathological liar. When it comes to lying, he excels indeed.
Minister Kumbutso Ntshavheni has told the National Assembly that state security structures will be more than willing to offer their services to the Commission.
And as I table this vote, we want to commit that SSA and all the national intelligence structures that I'm responsible for will avail ourselves to the Judge Matlanga Commission of Inquiry as announced by the President.
Transport Minister Barbara Creecy has dissolved the board of the Road Accident Fund. The Transport Ministry says this follows governance and operational challenges at the state-funded entity and has undermined the RAF's ability to execute its mandate. At the weekend, suspended CEO Collins Letswalo and the Chief Investment Officer Sefotle Modiba, who was also suspended, claimed that their suspensions are linked to their efforts to improve the fund's operations.
The protracted and costly litigation pursued by the RAF on the application of accounting standards, the inconsistent and at times reckless handling of the suspension of the Chief Executive Officer, the frequent incurrence of default judgments against the RAF, deep divisions within the board itself, the failure by the board to fill at least 2 critical executive positions. This has resulted in the loss of confidence in the board's ability to run the entity effectively.
An e-hailing driver says she's gone from being able to make 50,000 rand a month to now earning 5,000 because of policy changes within the business. Uber driver Florence Mokwale is part of a group of 100 people who've been protesting outside the Uber offices in Parktown. They are annoyed about policy changes which deduct 50% of the money they make from each trip. The drivers returned today after handing over a memorandum yesterday and were promised a response by the close of business, which didn't happen. The memorandum of demand says drivers want e-hailing companies to reduce commission to below 20%. They want the clients to be charged R8 per kilometre and for waiting time to be 60 cents per minute.
We don't even know what it is, can't even explain the text, what it is, because they never explained it to us. They just introduced it. So this is one of the fights that we are making. That Uber, when we came to the business, they said we are partners. But now the problem is that we are no longer partners because they are making decisions without us.
What or who started the fire that raged through the night's preparatory school in Ryanburg, Johannesburg? No one knows yet, but investigations are taken. No one was hurt in the fire.
Our security, TAC 54, were contacted as soon as we executed the fire drill. And then they came through and they then contacted both private and state fire personnel. They must have arrived within 5-6 minutes and then they contained the fire.
The South African Weather Services says a cold front is expected to reach the Western Cape on Thursday. The province will be seeing scattered thunder showers and rain going into the weekend. Areas in the north of the country, including Messina and Uppington, are the only ones which will see warmer weather during this week.
As the system progresses eastward and exit the country on Friday, rainfall will extend into the central and eastern parts of South Africa. KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng and Mpumalanga will be affected by both rainfall and a slight drop in temperatures towards the end of the week.
The Junior Springboks are through to the final of the World Rugby Under-20 Championship for the first time in 11 years. The South African side beat Argentina 48-24 in the semi-finals of the competition in Italy after scoring 6 tries, while mercurial fly half Vusi Moyo kicked over 16 points. South African coach Kevin Foot is in his first year as the coach of the team and has achieved the kind of success that has eluded others before him.
I just want to reiterate the point, just how confident we are with the team that's going out. This pack's been together for a long time. They've been training before we left South Africa with regards to their combinations and their synergy. And we've got a lot of experience with guys who've started in a lot of test matches for us this year. We're still looking at our synergy and our makeup of the team and making sure guys have played a lot together. Tando captained us in Georgia.
The Junior Boks will play New Zealand in their first final since 2014 on Saturday, where they'll be aiming for their country's second title after the famous win in Cape Town in 2012. Saturday's final between the Junior Boks and New Zealand in Rovigo will kick off at 20:30 and will be broadcast live on SuperSport. EU foreign ministers have been discussing a raft of options or action against Israel over the war in Gaza today, but likely will not agree on any. The bloc's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, has put forward 10 potential steps after Israel was found to have breached a cooperation deal between the two sides on human rights grounds. The measures range from suspending the entire accord or curbing trade ties to sanctioning Israeli ministers, imposing an arms embargo and halting visa-free travel. But despite growing anger over the devastation in Gaza, EU states remain divided over how to tackle Israel, and diplomats say there appears to be no critical mass for any move. Back in South Africa, spring may have sprung earlier than expected for Namaqua National Park as flowers begin to bloom. Due to good rainfall since March, Sandparks officials say conditions have been ideal for early germination. And with the warmer autumn and an earlier winter, flora experts say this mimicked spring-like conditions, resulting in an earlier than usual blooming. Sandpark spokesperson JP Lowe says if weather conditions continue, visitors can expect a dramatic transformation.
If the current pattern of cold weather and consistent follow-up soft rain showers continues, with the warm, dry east winds remaining absent, visitors can look forward to a prolonged and spectacular flower season that is indigenous to Namaqua National Park.
I'll be definitely going down there to see that, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.